All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the Real Shot 256 for another night here at Evening Crypto. Wanted to bring you guys some of the news lately. You've obviously already know Bitcoin's gone on a rampage and just hitting new 2019 all-time highs. Basically, almost hitting the $14,000 mark today. Some wild swings in the market definitely are being seen. Just an indication of not only I think now at this point, confirmation that we're out of the bear market officially, my opinion. Although you might hear different opinions, and it's okay. Um, we did again almost hit 14,000 today, and then we saw Bitcoin just take it back with a vengeance, just scaling back down to about 2,000, actually $2,000 worth of price action, back into the $11,800 range, depending on your exchange. I usually trade in Binance, so that's what I saw today. Just major price action. I also want to talk about some again. We're seeing this misconception that, gosh, I mean, just a perfect example, right? Somebody on one of these crypto groups that I'm part of, saying that the $2,000 flash crash or whatever you want to call it, retracement. I would call it a retracement and a healthy one at that. This individual was saying that the retracement was due to Coinbase actually being down for a few minutes and people not being able to trade. I'll talk about that and my thoughts on that. But guys, just don't listen to that nonsense. It's complete and utter nonsense for several reasons. I'll get into that in a little bit. Also, a big, I mean, not big, but big for the channel. If you are following me, if you are looking at or watching the previous videos, you'll know that we actually did a chart on chainlink and we actually hit our target from our video that we did on June 20th. If you want to go back and see that, look at the part where we do the technical analysis and the chart on chainlink. And we pretty much told you what our next target was, and we actually hit it. Although, full disclosure, I am not in chainlink, so I really don't care what happens there. That was something that somebody was asking about, and I did the chart on chainlink. Told you guys where it was going. We actually did it, hit it, so awesome. Hope that whoever was asking for that made some money on that. Although I did crash, so sometimes you gotta hit those targets. And again, the reason, in my opinion, why the flash crash and a lot of these altcoins got hit really hard right after Bitcoin, hit the 13,750 or 13,000. I want to say 13,900. I think it hit at one point here on Binance, and I mean it went down like $2,000 immediately after that. And again, not due to any news, not due to Coinbase not being able to trade, not due to anything. It's just a healthy retracement. We hit our target. Algorithmic traders, I mean, sophisticated, savvy traders knew that we had to hit that target and we're going to sell once we hit it. Nothing other than that. There's more sellers than there are buyers at that point, and that's why we saw the big retracement. And again, savvy traders know what's going to happen. They know what's coming. They know how to play these markets. Nothing else. If you think this is related to any sort of news or anything, any manipulation or anything like that, I mean, there's always manipulation. If you're investing in this market, if you're buying and selling crypto, that is also can be considered the same as manipulation. You are taking part in what's going on. So I just hate seeing and hate hearing the talk about manipulation and the whales dumping and the whales doing this and that. It's just, I mean, it's just the market being a market. And remember, this is still a young market. It's still a pretty shallow market, and these things are going to happen. So be careful out there. For those who are just getting started in the trading game, definitely be careful out there. Make sure you do educate yourself and practice, and don't take too much risk to start off. And just get to know this market and get to know these things. Realize that these swings are not correlated to any sort of news or any event that's happening outside of the market. It's just a market being a market, behaving the way it should behave, because it is, again, a young market, shallow market. I mean, Bitcoin's market cap is 227 million. Overall, we're sitting at a market cap of 361 with 138 trading volume in the last 24 hours. That's insane amount of volume in the last 24 hours. I don't think we've ever seen this high of volume. So, I mean, again, this is an indication and confirmation in my mind that we are definitely over this bear market and definitely in the ramp up of or the on ramp to a more confirmed bull market. And again, as I've previously mentioned, if this is the beginning of the new bull market, you guys, I mean, brace yourselves because this is going to be huge. It's going to be massive, massive. We've got more. We're going to have more retail investors. We're going to have more sophisticated investors, more investors on the industrial size, on the um, what's the word I'm looking for? The institutional side, definitely. I mean, that was something that was missing in the last bull run, and now we have that. There's now with all this legitimization of, if that's even a word, of this market, we should also see, more. And we are. In fact, I want to talk about this. Ledger X just got approved. I think this is something that has been downplayed or hasn't received the proper amount of attention for what it is, and I'll definitely talk about that here in a little bit after the TA session if you want to hold on for that. But certainly a lot of things that are happening on the institutional side that weren't happening back in 2017 are definitely making us feel like this will be massive. So yeah, we just talked about what we're doing here as far as state of the current market overall. $361 billion in market cap. We haven't seen those levels in many, many, many months. So let's get into the charts. I do want to recall what I told you guys on one of my last videos, I think from Sunday. Right here, actually, that's not the one. Oh gosh, I think I might have. What did I do here? Sorry, guys. Here it is. Sorry, right in front of me. So I was telling you guys about this chart here on Bitcoin, and the similarities, the three similarities that I found in this current run and the run from back in late 2017 that led us to the ultimate high top of 20,000. And I talked to you guys about the closing of these weekly candles and the similarities in between and how close they were together. It's just I mean, almost mirroring exactly what was happening back in 2017. Also, this retracement here and this retracement here, almost identical. And the last thing I was comparing is how the big gap in between the 30 simple and the opening of this weekly candle on both sides, right? Back then, back in 2017, and also currently here. And this is again before we opened, just actually 3 hours after we opened this weekly candle here, where my cursor is. The candle actually started, or the price action started going downwards. And I mean, look at it now. If you look at the weekly right now, in fact, let's do that and compare it. Let's go look at the weekly. And geez, these are so annoying. Okay, so if we compare both charts, look what's missing here, right? This candle right here, right? And what I was telling you guys on that video from Sunday night, the 23rd, go back and watch it. I was telling you guys how the similarities here, everything was pointing and directing us to have another move like this one here, right? And we're seeing it so far. So I told you guys this was very likely to happen. This is a very likely scenario. I also told you guys that 12,000 and 13,000 were very, very likely scenarios in the short term. I actually underplayed it. I think I told you guys maybe a week, maximum of 2 weeks. I mean, it happened like 3 days after I did this video here. So go back and watch the content there. You'll see these sort of things. And again, if you'd like me to do analysis on whatever project you're into, let me know in the comments. I would be more than happy to do it. So currently, we did again retrace. Let's look at the lower time frames. We're going to look at the 4-hour here. We did retrace. This is pretty healthy. Again, when we have such parabolic runs like this, I mean, just massive runs like that, it's always a good thing to have some sort of retracement. Okay, we need to regain our legs. I mean, the last couple times that we saw this, and you'll see that these tend to repeat themselves. So we went parabolic on this run, had a 14% retracement. Okay, we went parabolic on this run here, call it at that. We had a 16, yeah, 16% retracement. Okay, and now let's take a look at this last one here. Current state. I mean, it's only half of it, really, guys. I mean, so again, it goes to show that when you hear this nonsense about, yeah, the price crashed $2,000 because Coinbase shut down for a minute or two or whatever. First of all, guys, let me tell you something. Coinbase is not even in the top 10 as far as trading volume. It's not top 10. It doesn't have that kind of influence. Somebody was saying, yeah, look it up, Google it. You'll see it there. You'll find it. It's guys, it's ridiculous when I hear that. And just when you listen or when you hear somebody say that, just take it with a grain of salt. You know better now. Um, it's not. I mean, the trading volume on Coinbase. Are you kidding me? That's gonna put a damper of $2,000 worth of price action on Bitcoin. You got to be kidding me. I know these are young and shallow markets, but it's impossible, guys. It's not possible. It's simply not possible. Um, Also, the other thing is Coinbase and Coinbase Pro, right? Coinbase is an on ramp. So if Coinbase, the actual app, was down, that means absolutely nothing to the trading in Bitcoin. If Coinbase Pro is down, maybe, but to have that kind of impact, and again, it would have bounced back once would have bounced back once Coinbase Pro was back up and running. You should have, if it had this sort of impact on the price, it would have also regained this movement back up to the high 13,000, almost 14,000. It should have, and in fact, again, going back to that, savvy investors are going to see this sort of retracement. Look, technical analysis is telling you this. It hit the 21, found great support. I mean, it was bought up right away with a lot of volume, with a lot of conviction. Okay, it's technical analysis, guys, or the charts are telling you what's going on. Here's the 30 simple right here. Found a lot of support there. So it's just telling me we're bullish, guys. We're very, very bullish. On the 4-hour, we have a pretty sizable gap between the 30 simple and the bottom of the candle. So I mean, it's just a very, very bullish sentiment, and you can see it here expressed on these charts. I don't want to harp too much on that. I know I've already done that, but I just hate listening or hearing somebody say that and spreading it on the internet where there's a lot of people reading this nonsense. So spread the word, guys. Spread the knowledge, right? That's what this channel is about: spreading the knowledge, educating folks, and just so you guys know better and learn not to listen to that nonsense. All right. Also, I did want to quickly show you guys something that we got into. I know I tell you guys this, but I saw a very juicy opportunity and I just couldn't let it go. So I'm going to do something I don't typically do here. I'm going to show you this chart. And tell you what, I was looking at the hourly, and this is something that I went back and explained on my last video. One of my last videos where I did a little bit of 101 trading 101, and I'll do it here. I'll do sort of a follow up here and show you how this works, right? So I don't typically trade these like shit coins, but I saw a great opportunity happening here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So two things I mean, keep it simple, right? Two things I noticed with this is this coin had bottomed out here, right? And we haven't seen the bottom, we haven't seen it retest this lower region here. So it bottomed out. I drew this trend line, and I saw that it was actually gaining momentum to the upside. I entered around right here, didn't panic here, and sold right around here. Okay, so bought it around here and sold it around here at the 55. Look at that, guys. All right. So, um, trading 101, this stuff actually works sometimes. So definitely is something that, again, and the reason I think it worked is because we're in a bullish market. This is also an IEO that Binance just released. Not telling you, this is not financial advice. This is anything like that, but just showing you guys an example of some of the things that are out there, some of the opportunities that are out there. I'm not suggesting that you try this. I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just saying, hey guys, these are some of the opportunities, and it's very, very easy to play because we're in a bull market now. Okay, if this was a bear market, no way I would try this. Okay, and again, it worked, and it has been working on BNB coin, because again, some of the things that have been going on, we're in a bull market. I showed you guys, this, I had drawn this out as well, and it worked for a second, but then Bitcoin started dumping, and it just took it down with it. So the altcoins got hit really hard today, with the retracement of 2000, which is funny because, one thing is right now, Bitcoin's taking all of the attention, right? So you got to be careful, guys, because see how Bitcoin went $2,000, $3,000 up in one day, in a period of 24 hours. Look at what altcoins are doing. They're not doing much. They're not really following. So Bitcoin is really taking all of that volume with it, and really, just monopolizing the market when it comes to gains. But look at what happened once Bitcoin dumped. All these Litecoin, which was in a very bullish posture, and it had been for a very long time. I mean, look at how far we can go, and just trading above all major and simple moving averages. And I mean, it got hot. It got hit really, really hard when Bitcoin decided to dump. So it just goes to show that right now, the only thing you should be trading, especially if you're new, is probably Bitcoin. It's just my opinion, my humble opinion here, guys. Um, I know you guys have your own strategy. This is my 2 cents on the current state of things. Uh, again, getting hit really just pounded. BNB, same thing. Not really taking part in that rally, that last rally, but did take part on the dip, right, on that big retracement. And look at it, got hit really, really hard. Look at XRP, same thing, same thing with XRP. And let's take a look at chainlink. Chainlink. Um, Actually, that's the wrong name. Link. USDT, right? So I mean, this, talk about a bullish chart right here. Look, it did hit our target. I was telling you guys, it hit the target. We had set it between 2.25 and 2.5. Go back and watch the video on June 20th. Was telling you guys it was going to break out to this target. What a bullish posture. It had a little bit of retracement, but I mean, just coming right back up. This is one that I'm not in, but I wish I was. Definitely wish I was. This is probably one of the hottest things along with Bitcoin right now. I wouldn't go in right here, guys, to be honest. I wouldn't go in just yet. I would wait for a retracement. We don't know what Bitcoin is going to do. And to go further on this with Bitcoin, I want to see this actually start to consolidate before anything else. We did have a huge move. Let's measure this move here from right here to the top. I mean, that was conservatively a 22% move in the last 24 hours, 22 hours to be exact. So I do want to see some consolidation here and build a base here before calling anything else. It's already looking like it wants to flag out here. But we definitely have to give it some time to breathe and settle, and it's still trying to find its price where Bitcoin should really stabilize and just garnish some more support. Right now it's actually underneath the 30 simple and the 21, in between these two, and it's not a bad place to be. Again, we definitely want to see some consolidation go on here for the next couple of days, few days. I wouldn't mind it if Bitcoin didn't move very much in the next week or so, at least through the weekend, and just build a base here, and really, start to analyze the next move and see where we're going to go next. We could see a retracement because again, this was a huge, huge, huge psychological target. Not only 10,000, but uh, but also the $15,500 um, mark was definitely a huge, huge target for a lot of algorithmic trading or traders, which there is a lot in this market. There's a lot of that going on right now, or actually, there's just a lot of savvy, very high tech trading going on in every market. There and Bitcoin is not the exception here. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. So from the peak, right? We hit this huge target here. We actually went above it. This was going to be the next move, but we went way above it, and we hit the 13,923, almost 14,000, and we knew that was going to be a huge, huge move for Bitcoin, and so there was again a lot of algorithmic trading, a lot of bots selling this area here, and you can definitely see the effects of it here. We just opened up a new daily here just after 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific, or 8 p.m. Standard Time. So I mean, look at where we closed this daily candle. Um, Closed it at 13,143. So above 13,000. So I mean, if we were just to call it, don't go against the trend. I do think we will continue to retest this high over here of 14. We'll just call it 14,000, round it up here, and call it 14,000. I do think we're going to go back and retest that area, but again, I really would like to see some consolidation before I commit to that statement there. But again, it just the trend is telling you there is nothing to be bearish about. Again, look at the separation between the 30. This is on a daily. If we look at the weekly, you're going to see sort of the same posture here. Again, very bullish. I mean, look at the separation between the two, right? So, and again, it's just very similar to what's going on over here. What happened in the last bull run of 2017. Look at the wick up here. I mean, close to the top of this candle here. Very violent price action here back in 2017. It's just we're too we're too new into this run to. I mean, just this is just the beginning. So I don't I'm not surprised that we're not having the same sort of violent price action that we saw back here. But it's still pretty early on. It's the middle of the week. We might still, we could still very well break through that and reach new highs past 14,000. I wouldn't doubt it, guys. I wouldn't doubt it at all. Because again, this is the trend we're in. Don't go against the trend. It is your friend till it's not, till it ends. So, all right. So, again, guys, if you want me to look at any of your favorite coins or any of your favorite projects, I'll be more than happy to do that. Keep watching the channel. Let me know what you guys are enjoying, what you guys are would like to see different here, something maybe perhaps that I missed. Definitely leave it on the comments or message me. You can reach me in several different ways. You can tweet at me. You can use my Instagram account. You can do it here on YouTube. All right. So the next piece that I wanted to talk about is something that not everybody is acknowledging. Not a lot of people are just kind of throwing it by the wayside. But I think it's hugely, hugely important that the BAKKT and now Ledger X has been approved to offer physically settled Bitcoin. And I think I've mentioned this in this channel before. Um, the importance of physically settled futures cannot be understated. It is a really important thing that's going on here in the markets for crypto because, again, these companies are going to have to stack up on Bitcoin. They're going to have to make sure that they have enough reserves in Bitcoin to settle all of their futures contracts. So BAKKT being one, I think is going to be one of the largest physically settled futures contracts platform in the market, because it's owned by ICE, the company that owns the New York Stock Exchange. Um, so I mean, their pockets are hugely huge. I mean, just very very deep, right? So um, that is very very important for this market. LedgerX providing an additional option to just BAKKT, and also we have a couple other players that are waiting for approval from the CFTC. We have ErisX and we have Seed CX, which are planning on doing the same thing. And just that's just another stepping stone for the crypto markets. Just another step towards legitimization of this industry. And I think ultimately, not only does it give an extra, does it give it an extra stripe on the shoulder, it also, I think in my opinion, will be an influencer when it comes to an ETF, future possible ETF. Once we're at that point, SEC again just lagging and just not doing their due diligence. That's okay because we're doing great without an ETF. And frankly, sometimes I even doubtful that we absolutely need an ETF, because right now it doesn't seem like we're missing it at all. I mean, this is again the beginning of a bull market, and look at what we've accomplished so far. So, um, yeah, so definitely again, let me know what you guys are thinking. Leave it down in the comments. Would love to hear your thoughts on this whole thing. If you think I'm missing something, definitely let me know. Let's see. Do I have anything else for you guys? No, I think that about covers it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying and playing in some of these games. Again, just to recap, I do think that we're going to have to find some consolidation here. Look at the lower time first. Look at the 3 hour here. Very young in this consolidation posture here. So, but again, we're still looking very, very bullish as long as we remain above these moving averages. I mean, a retracement wouldn't be a bad thing, again, because this current retracement isn't much. If we just look at the 3 hour, this thing says about 5%, just depending on where you where you measure it. Um, let's look at the 1 hour. This will call more of a proper price action. So the hour is telling us 9%. So I mean it's pretty decent. Again, it's pretty decent. These things are good for the market to settle and find a price where we think, or Bitcoin thinks, that it belongs for the meantime. But again, the trend will be your friend until the end of the trend. That's the 1 hour there. We're trading between the 30 and the 21. I think as these moving averages do converge and find consolidation in this, hopefully this area here, and then we see Bitcoin pick up in volume and price action. I mean, that'll just be confirmation that we're going to break out again. It looks like it wants to flag out again. We can, in a couple of days, we'll be able to draw a formation here, whether it's a triangle or ascending channel or whatever it might be. We'll be able to, kind of get a better picture of what the next move might be. If you're enjoying the content, definitely let me know. I will greatly appreciate if you like if you like the video. You don't have to, obviously, and also hit the subscribe if you want to stay on top of these things. If you want to follow the channel, the technical analysis, um, and just spread the word out there. Now these things are the whole nonsense about how people correlate certain moves of the market to the news that's out there. So just a bunch of nonsense, guys. Um, I think I've rambled enough. I'll let you guys go. Thank you for your time. Hopefully you got something worth your time today, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Have a great night. Your boy, The Real Shot.